go, Brandon.
Hey friends, welcome to another installment of Freedom in a Flash. We're still talking about the red flag gun laws that Congress is trying to push through. Obviously, this is headed to the Senate now. H.R. 2377. What I want to point out is some fallacies in this whole thing and how this is proof that clearly Congress and more than likely the Senate truly don't care about us. There are so many holes in this bill, this red flag gun law bill, that proves that it's really not about safety. It's really not about us. It's about control. It's about disarming people. And here's why. If you'll go to page 7 in the bill, you'll see that under B, it says late petitions. This is essentially where they state that if you're submitting a petition that's either after hours, on a weekend, or something like that, what would take place? If a court receives a petition for an ex parte federal order submitted under subsection B. Now, ex parte, just real quick to let you know, that means no due process. That's the one where they kick your door in, they seize your guns, and then you get to prove if you're innocent or not, and you weren't really crazy, and you weren't really going to create a future crime of supposed guilt. If the order is submitted under subsection B too late in the day to permit effective review, the court shall grant or deny the petition on the next day of judicial business at a time early enough to permit the court to file an order with the clerk of court during that day. So what that means is, if you get to them, say at 4:30 on an afternoon with a complaint about a person that you feel like is a physical and violent threat to you, themselves, or anyone else, if it's too late to the end of the day, then everybody's safety is really not important until we get back to work. In other words, you just gotta wait. You want further proof of that? Let's go to page 16 in the bill, where under B it talks about the respondent shall surrender the firearms, ammunition, and permits in a safe manner to the control of a United States Marshal or designated law enforcement officer not later than 48 hours after being served with the order. So that's the one where they actually got some due process, where they were brought into court, they testified, and the court still found that they were wrong. It wasn't like the first one I just talked about where they kick your door in without any warning or any notice. But with the second one, what they're basically stating is, we feel like you're enough of a threat to harm or kill yourself or somebody else, but we're still going to give ourselves 48 hours after being served with the order before we go take your guns. This is a clear-cut indication that none of this is about your safety, my safety, or anybody else's safety. This is a matter of control. Because I've said it before and I'll say it again. If a person is a legitimate enough threat, why are we waiting on anything? I'm not saying to disarm them. My argument is not that they should be disarmed. My point is, if they are ever deemed a true enough threat to anyone, including themselves, where you feel like it's okay to violate their rights as an American who has not committed a crime, then what is the waiting period for? Are they truly a threat? Because if you really thought they were a threat, what's with the waiting period? This is another example of these glaring holes throughout this entire bill where they make it convenient for themselves to do things because they really don't see you as a threat. This is just a matter of them doing something.
Let's go, Brandon.